Just a little heads up, this is going to be a long video. But I hope you enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. I've done it before. So just a disclaimer. So here comes the flower. Guys, what are we looking at today? Well, we are going to judge every knife in my case on the smoothness of action. And we're going to come to a conclusion of what is the smoothest knife. But we also have a sidecar, because I've gotten so much stuff in as gifts and things like that, that now I have extra knives that don't fit in the case, and there will be knives that are missing. So, you know we're not going to do it here. Turn down the volume and we're going to turn this around and take a look at it from above. This is a pretty simple format for this video. I have done this before, but I have enough new knives. It kind of will warrant me doing it. And like we said, I have the little sidecar, which is that ammo can case. Now we're gonna hit that one first, but I just wanted to show you what we're gonna look at. We're gonna look at every knife in this case. This is the format for the video. I'm gonna pull the knife out. I'm gonna mess with the action. I'm gonna flip it a couple times, and then I'm gonna compare it to the next knife in the case, and we're gonna work our way down, and this is gonna be like brackets. So the winner of each of these brackets goes off to the side. So each row is its own bracket. Now I do know there's knives missing. Some of my knives are at Cole's house, and some of them are out on loan with other people. So the plan is we're just gonna look at each row, pick out the one with the smoothest actions. I think I'm going to exclude these autos. So these three are kind of going to get excluded, but we're just go through it. But I will do the small case first. And as I said, this knife kind of is in its own category. It's like trying to compare Tombstone to other Westerns. It's just unfair. So let's go ahead and we'll grab that other case and we're going to take a look at it. So in my little Now Pack ammo can knife case that I have, there's a couple knives that belong to me that we got to look at. So it's this one, this one, this one, and this one. So we're going to pull these four knives out and look at them individually. So we'll start with this one. Let's see here. Action. It's fairly smooth. It's nothing drop shut, but there's no grit, no nothing. It's not hard to open. It's not hard to close, but it definitely is not fall shut or anything like that. Let's go ahead and look at this one. Now this is that Artisan Predator. The action on this is pretty smooth. So I'm going to have to say that this beats this one. So that one goes back in the case. Let's go ahead and let's see. This is that Hogue Mini Flip, X1 Mini Flip. The action on this is really smooth, but it's also unusual. So I don't think, yeah, and see, and I'm having, like, there's some deployment issues every once in a while. I'm gonna go ahead and say that this one goes back in the case. So the last knife, I'm gonna say that has a rattle, like a grit to it. While this one is not as fall shut, there's not, let me see if you guys can hear it. There's like I can feel the bearings moving. So this one, you don't feel any of the bearing movement. I feel the bearing movement on this one. So this one goes back in the case. Now these other knives that are in here are not my knives. This should have came out and should have been in the sci-fi movie knife. So let's go ahead and move this out of the way and we'll get to the rest of the case. This is going to be a long video. Get started. As I said, each tier is gonna get its own little spot over here. So that knife is going to stay off the side. Now, as much as I love my Ferrum Forge knives, I know there are knives in this case that are smooth. Let's pick out which is my smoothest Ferrum Forge. So this is the Pretium. Action is really good on that. So let's compare it to this one. Yeah, but this one is nuts how smooth it is, because it's because of the finish. Can I feel any? Nope. So put that one back in its spot. This one now is the reigning champ. Then we will look at my Mordax. This one's actually a little stiffer than this one. Yeah, this one's still smoother. I like to close it with two hands sometimes because you can feel the bearings if there's any rattle or catch in the bearings. That one goes back in spot. My end tack. Now, my end tack is a great knife, but unfortunately, it's not as smooth. You can hear it, the friction on it. So we can go ahead and put that one back in its case. And then finally, my Master Blaster. Ooh. This Master Blaster has historically been one of the smoothest knives I owned. One of the, or Ferrum Forges. Let's see, Fortis. Master Blaster. So now we got the Master Blaster and a PMP Nimble. Give me a second. That's the first row. It's down 3 more to go. I had to go get some more coffee. Or warm that coffee up, I should say. So first one on bracket number 2 is my Reat Horizon D in carbon fiber. The best production knife I've ever owned, hands down. Pretty smooth. I love the action and the way this sounds. So let's set up. Let's look at my Chavez Redemption Street, also by Reat. This is so smooth. Yeah, I don't even have to wait. I can just go ahead and put that one back in its spot. This one is so smooth. It's just yeah. Like Jared likes to say, it just feels like it's on oiled glass. So next one's going to be, these are kind of out of the order I typically keep them. Stuff's been moved around in the safe. This is the Bob Terzuola Combat Tack. This is CTF done by Mastrop. While it is smooth, it's not even close to as smooth as that. So we can just go ahead and put it back in spot. As I said, OTF's out of the running, as is this auto here. So this bracket also is a smaller bracket. Let's see here. The Crux, Ferrum Forge designed Crux by, designed by Ferrum Forge, done by We Knife Company, sold on Mastrop. This is, let's see. No, back in the case, this one is still smoother. And then the Ferrum Forge designed Mastrop Gent. This has got a little bit of, there's a little bit of rattle in the bearings. So we're not just talking about smoothness and action. I'm talking about feel overall. I can feel those bearings move a little bit. Not a problem. It's a budget knife. So the second bracket winner is the Redemption Street, and I think that's what happened the last time I did this. I don't really remember, but the Chavez Redemption Ultramar Street, whatever it is, done by Reat. Let's go to the next bracket. A little outlier on this bracket, which is the Spyderco a little bug or a Firefire bug. I can't remember what it is. It is a slip joint. It's not even contention, but got to give it a shot. It's in the case. Chris Reeves Sabenza. Now this thing is so broken in, so smooth. I've carried it so much. I got a sneaking suspicion that this one might, I don't know. It requires a little bit more force than some of the others. The Artisan Great White. Now this, yeah, I'm sorry. This beats, I was going to have the Sabenza, but this already beats it. Just look, there is nothing in that action. That action is so smooth. Let me see. It doesn't even make any noise. There's no bearing play. Let's go ahead and pull that one out. Guys, I got to pause this. I got jets coming over. We'll go to the next one in a second. The Ferrum Forge Design Minax by We Knife Company. Now, this used to be one of the smoothest knives in my case. Let's see. It's still pretty smooth, but somebody screwed this up badly. The action on this is not good. There's no friction there. It's just the action is not as smooth and free as it used to be. There's a couple catch points. So let's see here. Let's do a comparison. Yeah, no, there's no contest on that. This absolutely has beaten that. The Kaiser Grazioso by Sharif Manganis. Let's see here. Action on this is insane. Let's see. I'm not just judging it by does it drop shut, because sometimes that's not. Yeah, there's nothing. There's nothing on this. It just, there's no friction. There's no play. So sorry, Sharif. It does not get to move forward. Benchmade 940. I'm not gonna lie. That is really, really smooth. Let's see. The fact that that spring pushes that bar on and makes it ride that, it's just gonna have a little bit more. So as smooth as that is cool, if I pull back on it, you can hear there's still a little bit, but this runs on washers, not on bearings. So sorry, Benchmade, get looked over. The Spyderco Hanan by Brad Southard. Now you guys haven't got to see the video of this yet. I keep forgetting to, I've got it filmed and I keep forgetting to edit it. There's some squeak, and the fact is that like this it's just sorry, not as good as the Artisan Great White. Let's go ahead and look at the Ferrum Forge Buck. This is a very smooth knife, has a really cool sound. Ooh, I don't know, guys. Let's see. Ooh. I don't know. It's like a tie. I'm thinking this might be. No, there's a couple little spots where you feel a little bit of grit, like right there, and there's a little bit of play in that. Let's make sure that the pivot is good and tight. Yeah, there's a tight spot in it right there where I can feel it catch. So, man, I'm kind of surprised. I didn't think this one would go as far as it did down this bracket. And finally, in this bracket is the Ferrum Forge Stinger. This thing is insane. But can you hear that? If you can hear it, you can feel it. Sorry, back in the case. So third row, so bracket, or I'm sorry, this is actually the fourth bracket, third row of the case. I'm kind of surprised. I mean, it's a quality knife, but I knew it was smooth, but I didn't think it was that much smoother than the others. So there you go, the Artisan Great White. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna get some coffee in me and we'll do the final row. Do this bottom row and then the winner's bracket of all the knives. We're gonna have 5 knives competing against each other. So let's go ahead and start here again. This is the QSP Penguin, and this is a very, very smooth knife. So right off the bat, this is a very, very little friction on that. It came that way. This is nothing I've done to it. It's just broken in and gotten better. This one runs on bearings. So let's go ahead and put it down. The next one is the Oxworks Offspree, which is the Oxworks EDX series. This was a gift from Eric. Ooh, yeah. There's a little bit you can hear, but I don't feel it. So I think it's a little less smooth than the Penguin. The Penguin moves forward. Now this one is kind of hard to, this is that EWC. And it's got one little spot right there. I can feel it. Let's see if you can hear it. Hear that? There's a little rough spot in that. So as much as I like this knife, it's not moving forward. Now, this is a really good one. This is the Sirius, designed by Ray Laconico, done by Artisan. Man, the Artisan knives are smooth. So it's not full drop shut, just a little bit of a shake, just a little bit of encouragement. Let's listen to it. I don't feel anything in that. I'm going to say that is, let's do this one again. Yeah, it's a little bit smoother than the Penguin. So let's go ahead. That's the second Artisan that has come in. It was really good. Let's put that up there so it's out of the way. CJRB Rhea. Now, a lot of these are budget knives, so I don't know how we're gonna. Ooh, I don't know. It's a little stiffer. So there's more resistance in a couple places, but I'm not hearing any noise. I hear my daughter though. Ooh, I don't know. I'm gonna go. Yeah, this one's just a little bit smoother. Little bit smoother. Still awesome, awesome knife there. The Kubi KU344 by Sharif, designed by Sharif Manganis, done by Q. Oh, wow. Okay. I don't even have to, that's going back in. This is absolutely the smoothest knife so far in this row. Wow, that might beat some of the others up there. That is super smooth. And like you know it's smooth, but until you put it in comparison to other knives that pivots nice and tight. Yeah, that one's gonna be a hard one to beat. The CJRB Centros, designed by Dylan Mallory. The action on it nice and free, but you hear that? I can feel it. There's a little bit, and I guarantee a lot of that's because I did have to bead blast this when I did the ceramic coat. So still nice and free action on it, but if you can hear that, I can feel it in the blade. I can feel a little bit of grit on that. It's not like it's running on glass. And this brings us to the big boy in the room, the Artisan Mastiff. Now this knife is drop shut, but like I'm gonna tell you right now, because I already know the action on this, drop shut does not always equate smoothness. So while this is definitely drop shut, listen to this. I can feel that. There's a little bit of rattle and friction and stuff like that in it. And the pivot is nice and tight. It's just a big blade and it's got big bearings. And while it is smooth in its drop shut, it's not quite as smooth as this. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you, there's not much in this case that's as smooth as this. So let's go ahead and get this stuff all out of the way. And we're gonna do the winner's bracket of knives. All right, here we go, guys. This is the winner's bracket. So in no particular order, the Master Blaster, the PMP Big Boy, this is Fair & Forge Master Blaster, the Chavez Ultramar Redencion Street, the Kubi 344, and the Artisan Great White. So let's just go ahead and we'll just pick one to start with. Let's just go ahead with this one. I'm gonna tell you right now, while this action is great, I mean, it's pretty free and smooth, but I can feel a little bit of the movement of the detent ball along the detent track. So even though it does have a rolling detent, and that might be part of it, is I might be feeling that bearing rolling as it's going along the detent. While it gives it a really free action and great detent, it's pretty good, but let's go ahead and we'll set it here as the first one and we'll grab the next one to compare it to, and I'll just grab this one. Yeah, much freer and smoother. There's not, while you can hear it, I can't feel it in the blade as that detent ball. I really can't feel it as much. Now I do know there's some knives that are smoother than this. So we're gonna go ahead. Sorry, boys, you're out of the running. So let's go ahead and grab the PMP Big Boy. Now I can feel that. Even though it's nice and it's free and it's smooth, I can still feel that. And it's probably the finish on the blade and the detent ball rolling along that. I did just clean this up and oil it, and I wanted to save this until I need to get this out. This is supposed to go to somebody for review. So yeah, I'm afraid. Well, I don't know. Actually, this one is smoother. It just makes more noise. This one I can feel more. Yep, there you go. The PMP Big Boy beat the Chavez. Let's go ahead and grab this Artisan. This Artisan is so smooth. I don't even have to compare it. I know already. This is smoother than this. So there you go. We're down to the top two. We'll compare these two. Let's see here. Oh, guys, as much as I'm going to say that this is an incredibly smooth knife, there's nothing. Nothing, zero, nothing. So out of character, and surprisingly, the Kubi 344 just beat all the other knives in my case for smoothness and freeness. Now, here's the thing. Some of these knives were smoother when I got them. I will say over time, knives can either get smoother, which typically happens with higher end knives. This is much smoother than it was. A lot of times, some of these more budget models lose a lot of that free smoothness over time, and it depends on blade steel and things like that, the writing surfaces. So we will see. We may revisit this in the future when I get other things in. Like I said, we did this because, well, just case in point, these 3 knives were not in my case when we did the last version of this. So, guys, not to make this take any longer, let's turn this around and do some final thoughts. But here is your winner. Grand winner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Here you go, guys. We found the smoothest knife in my case, and I don't want to go back and talk about it anymore because it was a labor of love. Guys, if you like the videos, give them a thumbs up. If you don't like them, give them a thumbs down. But please try to tell me why. I can't change the content if you don't tell me what you don't like. I've already changed some things. Just let me know what you feel about it. If you want to support the channel, that's as simple as like, share, subscribe, drop a comment. Hit that bell icon so that you get notified of everything I do. But if you do that, you also have to make sure you have notifications enabled on your device or you still won't get them. If you want to support the channel financially, I have a bunch of ways. They're all down in the description below. I have a membership that gets you a bunch of different benefits based on tier. I also have a gilded server that everyone has access to, and everyone saves $5 off of my sharpening service. And if you're a premium tier member, you get access to a sharpening tutorial series. Other ways are I have affiliate links down below where I put in knives and things like that. I've built a recommended EDC list, a list of stones, a list of tools, things like that. Anything you purchase through those affiliate links, I get a little bit of money at checkout, and it doesn't cost you anything. The final way is my merchandise store over at Ember Shirt Co. I've set up a coupon code that works anywhere on Ember Shirt Co. It's CrazySharp, all one word, capital C, capital S, CrazySharp, all one word. It saves you 10% anywhere on Ember Shirt Co. And if you send me a picture of you wearing my merchandise, I will put it in a video. Guys, I love you all. Keep it clean in the comment section. If it's your birthday, happy birthday, and I will see you in the next video.